Day 691 being Christopher Cruz. So I just realized that I recorded a video this morning and it didn't save because my phone ran out of room. And I have like a phone that has a lot of memory on it, but there's also 6,000 videos on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade to a new phone. So I'm gonna have to redo what I said. Basically, I got on that call with her and we were gonna go over her values, and we ended up having this deep conversation about forgiveness. And that was intense because I didn't expect to talk about that, but it's crazy. All of my coaching clients that I'm working with right now, we're going through this kind of forgiveness process. And like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was working with Araceli on her purpose, I was just talking to her and God just gave me this forgiveness formula, and that there's 3 levels of forgiveness. There's forgiving others, there's forgiving yourself, and then there's forgiving God. And that's the hard part. That's the part that people don't even know that's there. And it's interesting because all these people that I'm coaching, you know, they're like, no, my faith is strong. I don't have anything against God. And then I dig a little deeper and it's like they realize, oh yeah, they have some unforgiveness towards God. And that unforgiveness is what blocks our faith, which is so significant. When you have unforgiveness towards God, it blocks your faith in God. It blocks your trust in God because maybe you have anger or resentment or frustration because God did this or took that person away from you or allowed your heart to get broken or whatever it is. And in that, we develop this unforgiveness that isn't even spoken, but it's in our heart. And in doing that, we start to lose faith. We lose trust in God. And then we struggle and then we suffer because there's only really 2 ways to live life. You either live life in acceptance, which is trusting God fully, or you live life in resistance, which is not trusting God. And when you live life in resistance, you suffer so much. And so forgiving God, even though God doesn't need forgiveness, but forgiving God for whatever happened and letting that go opens up that deep faith again that we were all actually born with. And so we had a conversation about that, and it was super powerful. Brought her to tears. Then I'm having her do this forgiveness exercise, and yeah, it was so powerful and really, really helpful. And so it's crazy because God gave me that to give to Araceli, and I'm using it with all my clients. And it's like, it's just so interesting how forgiveness is coming up with all of them because there's a lack of faith. And the deception is they actually believe they have more faith than they do. And isn't that a great trick from the enemy to make you believe that you have more faith in God than you actually do? But the reality is, if you have any sort of suffering, not pain, but suffering, then it's a lack of faith. There's a lack of trust in God. There's a lack of surrender. There's resistance there. And resistance is the source of all suffering. So, yeah, it was a super powerful call. Yeah, she was blown away. I was blown away, and I was like, that's all God. That is all God. So yeah, that was powerful. And then I went to Starbucks and I got clear on like, what is the command that God gave me that I didn't follow through on yet? Like, you know, what are the things that I need to get done? And what are the things that he put me in charge of? And so just like connecting with that and getting clarity, and then doing this Bible study and reading all of this in Romans was just like intense, but super powerful. Romans is like, this is one that I gotta process. This is one that I gotta process because this is like super deep. And I feel like if I can get this, if I can really understand this, it's gonna click like it never has before. So, yeah. That's it.